Hey guys, it's Jonah here, back with a beer review. Yeah, I'm not feeling that great at the moment, and I'm feeling really cold, which is why I've got my coat on and I'm sitting inside, and it's basically May, so it should be warm, but yeah, I'm feeling absolutely freezing. So I'm hoping that doesn't bode badly. I don't know, but anyway, hopefully a beer will sort me out. Today we are doing this one. This is a Netherlands or a Dutch beer, Bird Brewery, and it's a hazy pale. It is not an IPA, so I'm happy. And it's called Kievitsbloem or Bloom. I know next to nothing about Bird Brewery. Some weird kind of thing over here, but it does tell us that we've got some oats and wheat in there. And it tells us about some sort of gluten thing. And yeah, weird. Don't know much about it, to be honest. Here we go. Bird Brewing, award-winning brewing, of course it is. Sustainable, all that kind of stuff. Doing good stuff for nature. I'm all about nature. If you want to find out more, there's a QR code thing there. But it does say here, taste a balanced malt base of barley, wheats and oats makes this a deliciously crisp hazy pale with fruit forward, palatable and thirst quenching. The hops in here are Magnum and Citra, which is no surprise. And then they've also got a hop called Callista, which I don't know anything about, which is kind of cool. Magnum, obviously, I'm thinking that's probably for the bittering because it's quite a neutral hop, but could be a bit of Citra in there too. And then I'm assuming the Callista is giving all the flavors, which will be interesting to me. Where's my tasting glass? Let's get this bad boy in there. It's meant to be a hazy beer, this one, but we shall see. Oh, a little bit of hoppage or whatever went in there. So, is there any left in there? A little bit left in there. Cheers, beers. Oh, yeah, not feeling that great. So I didn't upload at all yesterday. Went to a doctor's thing actually, so never very good. But yeah, never mind. Yeah, we got a finger's worth of head. Interesting. Lovely colour. Head colour's just off white, which is crazy. Getting some fruit, getting some citrus fruit for a change, like a lemon and lime type thing. Getting a little bit of like sweetness on the nose too. Think about subscribing, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, cheers and beers. Let's see what we get from this bad boy. Ooh, okay. So, yes, there is a surprising amount of bitterness for a hazy beer. And I would say there's some kind of peach in there. They said when they said fruity, I was expecting berry. I don't know why I was, but this isn't that. It's yeah, maybe lighter type fruits, maybe a bit of apricot, maybe a touch of sort of lychee stroke melon, but in the tail end, it's not up front. But the bitterness is quite hop forward at the front. So yeah, that Magnum and that Citra are not just giving the bitterness, but they're pushing the flavors as well. And then I guess the Callista is giving the fruit, but it's very secondary, which is interesting because usually these when it says, oh, you know, it's fruity, which this one did say, Kievitsbloem. Yeah, you think, oh, it's going to be like a tropical fruit or a stone fruit, and this isn't that. Well, I would say more on, yeah, I don't know, more on the back end. This is green, tastes very green up front. Let's say that. Let's go in for some more. Yeah, it's hop bitter up front. Little bit of that green kind of grassy type thing, obviously coming from the citra. And then, yeah, there is some fruit there. I reckon, yeah, I'm going to go more stone fruity. I thought from the smell it was going to be citrus, but no, it's the bitterness is kind of making me think it was citrus, but no, the only real fruit are kind of in the background. And because it's so bitter, I was, yeah, I was smelling that it was going to be sort of sweet, or there was going to be some sweetness there. But because it's so bitter from the hops, um, it the sweetness might be there, but it's not balanced that way. It's definitely offset towards the bitterness side. Hmm. It's weird. It's giving, yeah, it's giving that kind of fruit, that kind of apricotty. I suppose apricot is a stone fruit, isn't it? I guess. Um, but yeah, you really have to search out the kind of fruit tastes. But the bitterness, you don't. The bitterness is in your face, and it's a 4.5% beer. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. Um, but yeah, unusually bitter, which is cool because I'm getting a little bit fed up of all these kind of sweet hazy beers. I mean, they are nice, and I have got a bit of a sweet tooth. Um, but yeah, I need to cut back on my sugar because of yeah, because of my diabetes. I think it's kind of getting the upper hand. I need to be careful of that, otherwise I'll end up yeah, having to inject myself with that stuff, that insulin stuff, and that's not where I want to be honest. Um, and yeah, I'm still waiting for the results of yeah, the biopsy that I did have. So maybe that's causing problems. I know it is causing other problems, which I don't want to bore you with. I don't want to put you off your beers. But yeah, not firing on all four cylinders at the moment. Oh, and I've got a new box apparently on the way, so I'm not sure when that's going to arrive. Look at that, lovely, lovely lacing there. I will tell you what's something weird that I didn't notice. Wow, that's some crazy sort of like, looks like a panther or some sort of cat looking that way. That's the nose and that's the eye there. Look at that, that's epic. A bit of a snowstorm, and then anything on this side? What's that down there? Don't know, but definitely some waves, some finger waves. Um, yeah, what I was going to say, wheat and oats were aplenty apparently in that beer. Didn't really taste that creamy to me for a change. Maybe it took the edge off the hops, perhaps. Maybe it would have been even hoppier. Hop cream. Ugh. Is that a thing? I don't know. It is now. Um, yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, not 100% sure on that beer, to be perfectly honest. Bird Kievitsbloem. An interesting hazy pale, and no doubt, yeah, probably not my favourite beer, to be honest, but interestingly different, let's say that. Guys, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I will do my best to return with another beer review, and fingers crossed, It's not tomorrow. It'll be coming up real soon.